Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dusty again, back here with the 110 Rod Shop. Today we're going to make a quick video about probably one of my favorite and one of the coolest RCs I've ever had in my life. So this thing came out, it was released by Snap-on and TRAXXAS a few months back, early 2020. When I saw this thing and knew that it was coming out, I had to have it. It was probably one of the coolest RC trucks I've ever seen, and of course being a 10th scale tow truck, like I said, I had to have it. So I reached out to my local Snap-on guy. I won't say what I had to go through to get something like this, but let's just say it's typical Snap-on. But one of the things that I really love about this truck is the realism. It does have body clips. I'm working on that. I do have some 3D print files that I'm working on for it. I'll show you one of those here in a minute, but overall I just want to kind of go over this truck. So this typically comes with 4 holders for some tires, the tire chalks that are on the bed here. I took 2 of them off. This is actually designed for the TRAXXAS hot rods. I do not have one of those. I'm trying to get my hands on one, but they're kind of hard to get your hands on. But it is set up for those cars. You know, it does have a lot of lights. Got to give a shout out to the 110 Rod Shop there. And you know, it does have a lot of lights, and it's got, I mean, just tons of detail on it between the gas tanks here, all the chrome, the diamond plate. I like the little TRAXXAS insignia there. We've got the lock boxes and all kinds of really cool stuff on this. The scale wheels, these are the center caps, those things unscrew. I mean, just overall, this thing is just amazing. It's super, super cool. It is built on the TRX4 6x6 chassis. Gotta be careful here. As you can see, the chassis is just flat out amazing on this thing. I mean, it's got a carrier bearing. Now, this is the difference between this regular 6x6 and this tow truck, is that this one actually has a carrier bearing on it for the longer wheelbase. The 6x6, the drive shaft that you see here, these 2 different drive shafts, those are actually just one, and the chassis is a lot shorter. But it's got all the aluminum shocks that come standard on any TRX4. It crawls pretty decent. I don't do a lot of driving with this just because it is pretty rare. They're pretty expensive, really hard to find, but I do love this thing. I will be featuring it in some videos coming up soon. Let's get back over here to the shop. Like I said, it's got all kinds of different running lights, the tail lights, the red lights. We've got some cab lights. All this stuff lights up. It does light up like a Christmas tree. I have been working on some scale stuff, some 3D printed stuff. One of the things I'm working on is an actual grill for the front here. Try to give it a little bit more realism. This grill, I haven't decided yet if I want to do an insert inside here. I have built a grill for that. I don't know, we'll see. It does have body clips, but I'm going to be 3D printing a grill insert, something to go on this hood to kind of get rid of those, and then obviously maybe do like an emergency light on top. It's just really hard to think about doing anything permanent on this thing just because it's so cool and it's so original. And like I said, these things are extremely rare, but I just wanted to give a real quick shout out to TRAXXAS and Snap-on for creating this. This has got to get released. I've been wearing everybody that I know that has any affiliation with TRAXXAS out about this thing, because these things would sell like hotcakes. I mean, it is absolutely, it's huge. It's about 3 foot long, and it commands a lot of presence, and it commands a lot of attention anytime it's around anywhere. We can put a car on the back so everybody can kind of see about how big the scale is that the bed actually is. Let me grab a car real quick. As you can see, this is a Vetera V100 chassis car, this Trans Am that I built, and you can see it fits on here just perfect. I mean, it looks, I mean, like I said, it's just the only 110 scale semi truck. I've looked and looked. I love the 10 scale semi trucks, but nobody makes anything. There's some old school bodies out there, some Parmas and stuff like that, which I do have one, but when you compare it to this truck, it just doesn't match up. It doesn't have the size that this one does, and to make it a true 110 scale. So I might make some little vendor vents here to kind of get rid of some of the stickers. That's about the only downfall that I see to it. But like I said, what a cool truck. We're gonna get some footage of this thing. It's definitely gonna be incorporated in some of our fun videos that we're gonna be filming and coming out soon. So everybody keep in touch. Everybody yell at TRAXXAS and tell them to come out with this, and let's see a retail version of this tow truck. So that you don't have to go through Snap-on to get it, and you don't feel so afraid to use the parts on it, because you cannot get any parts for this thing. You can't get the cab for it. The only thing that you can get are maybe some of the electronics on it, some of the running gear, the drivetrain, anything that might match up with the 6x6, but the wheels, the cab, the body here, the lights, the bumpers, none of that is available on the commercial market, and you cannot get it from TRAXXAS. So if you can get your hands on one of these things, I would highly urge you to pick it up. If you bought a toolbox from Snap-on and you got one of these trucks, definitely, if you're not into it, get this thing to somebody who is. I would love to see some of these things out on the trails, just crawling, and maybe in some videos picking up some cars, because you just don't see these big 10th scale trucks like this. But everybody, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like the channel. If you think this is cool, let me know, and we'll get some really good video of it coming down the road.